Daily Devotion with Pastor Balla for October 9th, 2024, from the book of Colossians, the fullness of Deity, Christ's complete divinity. Previously, we heard a devotion warning us about the dangers of being captivated by worldly philosophies and empty deceit. We were reminded of the importance of remaining rooted in Christ and His teaching, rather than human traditions or elemental spirits of the world. The devotion emphasized the need for discernment and continuous spiritual growth to guard against false teachings. We were encouraged to find comfort and confidence in the unchanging truth of Christ amidst a world of constantly conflicting and changing messages and ideologies. So let's continue with the book of Colossians. From Colossians chapter 2, verse 9. For in him the whole fullness of the deity dwells bodily. Now, this short statement is a powerful foundational truth of the Christian faith. Jesus Christ is fully God, incarnate in human form. So as we contemplate this beautiful gem, we are drawn to the profound mystery of the incarnation and the immeasurable love of God for His creation. The phrase, the whole fullness of the deity, emphasizes that Christ is not merely a representation or a partial manifestation of God, but the complete embodiment of divine nature. This truth stands in stark contrast to various heresies that have emerged throughout church history, which sought to diminish either Christ's divinity or His humanity. Paul's words reaffirms that in Jesus, we encounter the totality of God's being, character, and power. The term dwells implies a permanent residence. God did not temporarily inhabit a human form in Christ, but rather the eternal Son of God became fully human while remaining fully divine. Now, this indwelling is not a metaphorical or spiritual concept, but a physical reality emphasized by the word bodily. In Jesus, we see, touch, and experience God in human flesh. This truth has profound implication for our faith and daily lives. It means that when we look to Jesus, we see the exact representation of God's nature. His words are God's words. His actions reveal God's heart. His sacrificial death on the cross demonstrates the extent of God's love for us. Moreover, the fullness of the deity dwelling in Christ's bodily assures us of the completeness of our salvation. We do not need to seek additional spiritual experiences or secret knowledge to access God fully. In Christ, we have everything we need for life and godliness. His perfect divinity guarantees the efficacy of His atoning work on our behalf. This truth also impacts our worship and devotion. Knowing that the fullness of God dwells in Christ compels us to give Him the highest honor and allegiance. It challenges any tendency to relegate Jesus to merely a good teacher or moral example. Instead, we are called to worship Him as Lord and God, recognizing His supreme authority over every aspect of our lives. So as we meditate on this verse, let us marvel at the wonder of the incarnation, the infinite God who created and sustains the universe, chose to take on human flesh and dwell among us. This act of divine condescension demonstrates the length to which God will go to reconcile us to Himself and to restore our relationship with Him. In our daily walk with Christ, may we continually seek to know Him more deeply, recognizing that in Him we encounter the fullness of God. So let us approach Jesus with reverence, trust in His all-sufficient power, and submit to His loving authority. As we do so, we will experience the changing presence of God in our lives, growing in His likeness and reflecting His glory to a world around us. God's peace and many blessings be with you, and thank you for listening. And please take an opportunity to share this message with others. If you have enjoyed these daily devotions, please consider making a donation to Peace Lutheran Church, 24024 West Main Street, Plainfield, Illinois, 60544. Thank you again for listening.